Good morning from the MisChief Gallery. I've had some requests to do a YouTube video on one of my creations here today, so we're going to take a look at her. I put her on the center section here. This is one of my more expensive dolls. It's very unique. She's a little steampunk girl, and this just happens to be the most expensive doll that I have here right now at the MisChief Gallery. I think she's around $1,150. Her body is fashioned out of vintage kimono silk from the 1950s. And her skirt is created from, the center section is Turkish leather. It's perforated, so I hand beaded it. And this leather on the side comes from Italy. Very pretty. This doll took me approximately 3 weeks to complete just the beading on the skirt. Her feathers are also very unique. Let's take a look at those first. These were hand dyed for me. It was a special buy. I had several of these schlappen boas done in an iridescent green and an iridescent yellow, and this is one of the few dolls that I have that I created using those feathers. They're no longer available. When I get done showing you her, I will go back into my artist studio and show you another doll. This is the green. I have another doll that I made out of the yellow. So let's look right now at her skirt though, because that was quite a passion doing this skirt, and it started very simple. This is perforated leather, and I started this doll with just the intention of doing a little bit of beading just around the hem of the skirt. And as I started to work on her, it got a little bit more and more out of control as things happen. Every little level that I did, I went up a little bit further, and then it looked naked to me, and I went up a little bit further, and I ended up going all the way up. It just didn't look right. I needed to do the whole thing. I was constantly going back and forth buying more and more beads because it took a lot of beads. And as you can see, her skirt is very full too. You don't see the whole thing when she's standing still. So it's very heavy, a lot of beading. She's a little steampunk girl. She is $11.50. She's MisChief. I'm a Steampunk Fairytale. And she got some nice tchotchkes on her. Little steampunk watch that actually works. Vintage Chico's jewelry from the 1980s. And a few other little things. We love our masks here in New Orleans, so I always like to put some little masks on. I found a little green frog that was very cool little vintage piece to put on her. But she's very unique, and she is available here at the MisChief Gallery. She is on display. You can come in and see her and touch and feel the leather. It's all touch and feel art, so we like people to be able to take a look at not just the doll, but be able to feel the textures of the materials that it's made out of. And this vintage kimono silk that her body is made out of would have been a panel that I bought from the 1950s. An old vintage kimono that was probably made for a man. Very heavy textured silk, very thick silk, very unique. She also has a little locket here that opens up, and you can put a little picture in there or something if you like to. So there she is, MisChief. I'm a Steampunk Fairy, and I'm going to take you back to the artist studio and actually show you one of the other dolls that I made using these same type of feathers. Let's just take a little stroll back there. There's a few of the little steampunk dolls right here. Steampunk is one of my favorite themes to use. So there's a few more little steampunk girls out of various leathers. And let's take a walk back. We have some new things coming into Eclectic Finds today. Again, you will find us right off the interstate in Slidell, Louisiana. If you're on your way to New Orleans, do stop in and see us. The Old Spanish Trail exit, we're at 888 Old Spanish Trail. We're 1.1 of a mile away from the exit, so it's a straight shot to our location. This is the MisChief Gallery Artist Studio, where you can come back and see the dolls actually being made. And I put this girl I want to show you in my light box today, so you can get a good look at her. So this is another version of a steampunk creation that I made using these same feathers. These are not the green ones, so these are the ones that were dyed yellow. They're yellow iridescent schlappen feathers. Again, they were made and dyed exclusively for me. They're not available. I will not be getting them again. And it's just very pretty, very pretty. So this doll is made out of vintage sari silk. She has a vintage sari silk panel in the center section, and her leather is made out of Turkish sheepskin that's called hair-on leather. It has the hair. It's dyed, laser cut, and has the hair on it. She is also a steampunk girl. This girl is $6.95, and she has MisChief steampunk tendencies. She also has some vintage Chico's jewelry, which I absolutely love, and various little steampunk things. Love her face. She got a great face. With my signature button collage mouth, my throw me something Mr. Mouth. And this one has a very unique ceramic pedestal that I made for her. It's got a steampunk theme to it, so it's kind of interesting. But all of the dolls have little legs under there. They're all signed and dated on their back leg, and they all stand on a ceramic base. They love being on a pedestal. So there she is. That's doll number 2. Thank you for watching my YouTube videos. And again, if you get an opportunity to stop through Slidell, Louisiana, please check us out. Inside of the Eclectic Finds by Art Deco Girl building. We're 10,000 square feet here, and the MisChief Gallery has a small portion of that. But we have about 82 dolls on display right now. And back here in the artist studio, there are a few of them here that are also complete, and some of them that are being worked on. Some of the headless ones, some of them waiting to go to their new homes. And here we have a little doll I'm working on today. Little custom doll being made for my friend Linda in Diamond Head, Mississippi. So again, do stop in and see us if you're going into New Orleans and you're going through Slidell, or check us out on Etsy. My Etsy store is at www.mgmischiefcreations.etsy.com. Thank you for watching.